Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running. Running and running. Soon it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.
Shout out to Mandy, man. Shout out to Q. Guys, welcome back to the 360. Black, myself, and Romeo. Please,
Did you
guys.
just say Black myself? I was in 3 people.
Bro,
Did you mention 3 people? Black, myself, and Romeo.
Black, myself, and Romeo.
That's 3 people.
What's wrong with you?
Himself.
Anyway,
Okay.
guys, please
Alright,
like,
sorry.
share, subscribe. Follow us on our social media.
Yep.
Romeo, please, my man. Do us the honors. Who is this beautiful lady here?
Before we even touch on the guests, man, big shout out, of course, to the guys behind the scenes, Q the magician. We love you, Q, man. Without you, man, we wouldn't shine.
Shout out to
And a
you.
special word as well to the director, Mandy, as well, man. We love it. Guys, I wish you could see behind the scenes. It's actually so funny and it's so lit. But anyway, story for another day. Thank you so much for tuning in for today. Now, on to the guests, Black. Ooh, man. The level just keeps getting fire and fire. I'm super excited for the guest for today's show. Particularly as well because I'm a big fan of the guest, especially on the social media platform and also in real life as well. Yes, and guest has done so well for themselves. Born bred here in the Eastern Cape. And currently, the guest is in the entrepreneurship field. I wonder if that's a word. Space. You're laughing at me.
No.
Oh, I thought you were laughing.
I've got something on my chest, don't worry.
Space at NMU, Nelson Mandela University. I'm super excited because she's co-founded a cosmetics company, hair cosmetics company, and man, it is growing. You'll get to understand growing in leaps and bounds as well. I'm super excited for the guest. I don't want to steal the shine. Without wasting any more time, Black, let's give a warm welcome to our guest, Charnelle, Coco, David. They're gonna cue background music there. Welcome to Black. Wanna ask her how she is, man? Oh no.
Just joking. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me on the show today. I am so honored, and that was a beautiful welcome. Thank you so much, guys. To answer your question, I am many things right now, but
Okay.
I think grateful would describe it all. So amongst everything else, I'm just grateful. And how are you guys?
Romeo? How are you, Romeo?
I'm feeling fresh, man. I'm feeling like I love how you started off. You actually just reminded me how blessed we actually are.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling blessed and I feel thankful. I know how busy your schedule is. I mean, just yesterday you had an event. I was crossing fingers, you managed to get here. So I feel very thankful. Black, how are you doing?
Guys, I want to say, I don't know, I don't know which camera should I look at. I'm great. Thank you for coming, man. Romeo speaks highly of you, so thank you. We're going to find out about the cosmetics.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I have a lot of questions. Otherwise, let's get into it, man.
Definitely. I think just to kick it off and just, get that ball rolling for us, just to find a little bit more about you, maybe we can go to your background a bit. So take us like home. What was it like growing up? Well, were you the only child? What was that like for you?
Growing up, I'm very open about my background, especially because it's not moonlight and roses, obviously. So I'm born and bred in a small town just outside of PE, known as Kariga, like you'd make. So I come from a family of 5 siblings, where I'm the 6th one. My dad died when I was 9 years of age, and life just became tough after that. Abusive household, a lot of socioeconomic issues that you had to deal with inside the house as well as outside in the environment. So what I am grateful for my background is the fact that my dad embedded a deep passion for education within me. So for me, even knowing, being so conscious at a young age of what is happening around me and seeing the destruction, that if I had to stay in those circumstances, would do for me. For me, it was always important that go to school, read, make sure you pass it, not just pass well, so that you can get to university, get a degree, and also look after your siblings. So for me, the traditional route was always in place and in mind. And for me, I wanted to pursue that. But I think God had other plans for me when this business started. So I am currently a degree holder. I graduated this year in April. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree majoring in industrial psychology and sociology that I've obtained from the Nelson Mandela University. And I think just to like speak on my background as well, I was speaking to my boss the other day, and she's a very supportive woman. Shout out to her as well for giving me a chance at working at university as well.
Shout out
And
to
then
your boss.
thank you.
Shout out to your boss.
And then she said that growing up poor is actually a privilege, and I was ready to fight her, like not even like giving myself a chance to like actually go into the depths of what she was actually saying. And then I realized, had it not been for how things worked out for me back home, I would not have been where I am right now, and especially I would not have been in this room with these amazing people sitting here at this
Wow,
podcast.
man.
Thank you.
Shout out to you. Mine is also amazing.
All of you.
Shout out.
Sure, man. That just listening to you gave me some chills a bit, eh?
Yeah. Especially on your background.
Yeah.
Man, you don't seem like you've went through a lot, man. You seem like you've been eating cheese since day one.
Hey, listen, you know what they say, looks can be deceiving, and you know you don't wear your problems on your face.
Woo!
If you have seen me a few years back, like I was a different person, obviously, you know, like still carrying that hurt from my past, and obviously like still trying to play the victim mentality as well, because not even that alone, not even like going through the struggles alone, like I was also like the black sheep where like for me, like I was homeless quite a few times before I actually moved to PE by force, you know.
Wow.
So for me it was like I
What?
didn't have, there was no other way. For me it was only forward, like how I was going to move forward. Was I going to crawl? Was I going to fly? Was I going to get a lift? You know, whatever was going to happen, was someone going to come take my hand? But I just knew that backwards or staying in that situation was not going to cut it, because I look back now and then I look at the lives of my siblings, and I can see that, you know, like everyone really has a choice to make, regardless of what life has given them to deal with.
Sure.
And for my two siblings, they both have kids now, and for me, like, I really thank God. Not that I think I'm better than them, but because I know that I'm in a better place than them because of the choices that I made when the situation arose. So I really do want them to also see, you know, like what making the right choices can do for them through my life's decisions, and for them to get out of that gutter space, you know. So like that is like truly like my heart's prayer, not only for them but like for all the young people in my environment and all over as well.
Wow.
Yo, yeah, let's give that a round of applause. Romeo, come on, join me, bro. Yo, I have a question in terms of your past. I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't easy. So, like, for someone who's going through a tough time right now, who's listening to this podcast, what bit of advice can you give that person? Because a lot of people right now, they're calling us the depressed generation. Eh? Apparently, we're going through a lot. So for someone who's in that space, what can you tell them? Yeah, well, because I know for a fact that a lot of people, especially us young people, we go through those tough times, man, and sometimes you don't have the hope of you're gonna get out. So for someone who's listening, what can you say about, okay, you know, just to give them hope?
I would say that, you know, like, don't live too much in your head, you know, because your mind is a dangerous place. Like, it will not want you to prosper and to overcome the dark thoughts that goes on in your head. And also like to also know that whatever you do go through in life, yeah, you are always presented with a choice, regardless of what. Né? And the choice that you do decide to take in whatever difficult situation that you're presented with, you need to also understand and be conscious that you will not be free from that choice.
Yeah.
Whatever
Wow.
choice you go for, you will not be free from the consequences of those choices. So for someone that's really going through a difficult time, what really helps for me is I am a very spiritual person, so I do pray a lot. I do read the Bible a lot. I do fast a lot. But I also speak out a lot. I know like the more depressive moods come in when you try to keep to yourself and you try to stay within your mind by yourself. So try to reach out as much as you can, even if it is in small ways, and whatever it is that you believe in, whether you're a spiritual person, whether you're a religious person, depend on that because we really cannot rely on our own strength because I would not have made it here by myself, what I'm going through right now. It's literally just the gracious hand of God that's over my life.
Wow.
But it comes back again to the choices, you know, like I fought my way through to come to university to study, which was not easy. Yeah, I failed my first year, but God saw me through and I was like, I can't quit now, like I have to see this thing through, you know. And I think it's more that than anything, you know, that if I could make it, then they can definitely make it too.
Wow.
Especially because we all grew up in the same house. No ambition, girl. And like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, girl, you're on your way to work today. You're gonna make people smile. You have a business. You have friends and family who loves you. You have made it, you know. So I think it's very important to acknowledge, you know, like the phases of your life that that contribute to the part where you are now in, because I believe that there's always work to be done, regardless of how much you have grown, how much you have overcome. Because even where I'm sitting right now, I can go home tonight and I can be, God, thank you for this podcast. It really contributed towards something that will help me either in the night, throughout the night, tomorrow where I can motivate someone else, you know. So I always think like being present, you know, and being aware, being mindful is like, it's a superpower. Hey, not everyone knows how important it is to be mindful. And that is like, because sometimes you would think, yes, because sometimes you would think that, no man, I'm grown. And then life will show you, hi, you must adjust, you know. And then it's like, hi, don't do it this way, do it this way, you know. And then you realize in that moment, if you are willing to actually go with what will contribute to your growth. Because sometimes we actually stagnate our own growth in terms of like, no, but I'm not used to doing things this way. But what if life wants to show you that you can grow a different way,
Wow, man.
you know? So yeah, so I, my
Man,
baby.
how did you give birth? I really need to find out.
Listen, sometimes I think that,
What did you do?
I just moved these. So I'm like, oh, now I
Messed
I
up-
made- yeah, I
messed
messed
up
up the
the
whole
aesthetics.
setup. Oh, snap. No, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Sorry.
so like I mentioned earlier on in my story with my background, for me it was always traditional girl. Hey, finish school, go to varsity, get a degree, get a job, finish. And then lockdown happened, so lockdown was like, nah girl, that ain't gonna happen, you know? So I was met with an opportunity to reach out for someone else, didn't work out. And then I actually started doing like my own research, hey, for cosmetics and how to manufacture it. So it was very timeless. It was a lot of sacrifice, you know, like my free time that I had to like invest in this because during lockdown I was still I was doing my third year in my degree, so I was still studying, and it was hectic. So I did some research and then I formulated a few of my own prototypes, and then I was living in a big race, man. And then I was like distributing them throughout the girls, and I was like, hey, test this out for me, let me know what you think, kind of a thing. They were like, no, they love it, it's working. And I was like, good shot. For someone that has never taken care of their hair. Man, okay, like sometimes I still don't, but like, you know. Now I was literally like, seeing that I actually can do this, I'm good at it, you know. And then my partner, my co-founder, my amazing partner, Ayanda, if you're watching this,
He's definitely
you
watching.
rock, sir.
Ayanda, shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Which one? Shout out to Ayanda. Shout out to Ayanda.
So because I had the time, I had the research, I had the knowledge, about product development, he had the essentials to bootstrap, everything we needed to kickstart, the business. And he was like, hey, listen, let's go into business together. I have the money to buy the supplies. You can actually make the products and you will be the person that sells it. So I was like, that sounds like a great deal to me. And then that's how we actually got into Khula in 2020. And then,
Khula Cosmetics, eh?
yes. So at the time we were still operating as the original hair tonic, and then in 2021, last year we had the launch of Khula Cosmetics, and then we had our formulation done through an independent science company that has helped us to
Hey,
do
sounds intense.
everything the proper ways, yes. So
Even
that's
the-
how Khula Cosmetics was born.
Yeah.
In the
even-
kitchen
In the
of
kitchen.
a student decks, and here we are right now.
One, can I just say, I'm inspired, man, because as a
Thank
student, you thought of a hustle. A lot of people at your age are probably thinking about the next event. And you're already thinking about a hustle, so I'm very inspired by that. It looks very sophisticated.
Thank you.
And number two, can I ask, in terms of genetics, because I feel like genetics comes to a play. I don't know, you're going to tell me. Certain people have good genes in terms of hair, and certain people have bad genes. So, do you think your product, I don't know, I don't know how to phrase this. Does it play an advantage to people who have good genes, and then to people who have bad genes, does it?
Sorry.
I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I making sense, guys?
No, it's fine. I understand what you're saying. But I think your question, you shouldn't ask it like that, because you don't want to step on toes. When you say good hair and bad hair, I think what would be appropriate is healthy hair and unhealthy hair.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
So with hair, it's a bit broad, because you have different types of hair, and the running categories: type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Né? And then in each of these, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 1A, type 1B, type 1C, type 2A, type 2B, type 2C. So for each of these types of hair, there's different needs that these hair needs, right? So whether you have a dry scalp, if you have your hair thinning out a lot, if it's breaking, or if you have receding hairline. So if it's common issues like that, which is what this range caters to, then it is something that this product can solve regardless if you have healthy or unhealthy hair. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it all depends on what type your hair is and what your hair needs are. Whether you want to moisturize your hair, whether you want to grow your hair, whether you want to repair your damaged hair.
Oh, so all types of hair.
All types of hair, because this is a growth and repair range that caters to, like receding hairlines, like alopecia, which is a condition where your hair falls out in patches. And then sometimes it's impossible for it to grow back. But because of the formulation and the specific ingredients that are used to make these products, it actually caters to those specific needs of regrowing hair, of moisturizing hair, of making your hair and your scalp more healthy again.
That's it. I'm getting this product. That's it.
So you made.
He literally said that. He literally said
That's
that.
it.
when we came in.
That's it.
He literally said
Yeah,
that.
no.
Do you have receding hairline?
I don't know. I think that, yeah, bruh. Couture prevention is better than cure. So, hey, let me dive in, bro.
Yo, that's amazing. What about those that want a beard? Like, can you help them?
Yes.
out?
So
Beard?
the mask and the oil, né? So it's for hair, but all the ingredients that are in there are skin friendly as well. So you can use the oil also for your beard, which I have sold to a few of my other customers as well, a few of my friends as well. They love it. And then the mask can also be used for your waves. Oh. Yeah.
Got some wavy guys.
You have to multi-purpose,
Like, you like waves. I can tell these hairstyles. Are guys. It's Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose, yes.
And you know, you were speaking with the magician earlier on, right? And what are inside the products? Like, what if I'm skeptical? Like, what's inside? Like, is it,
So,
yeah.
like I said earlier on, when we formulated the products and went through the science center, so what they do is at the end, then they take you through label requirements. So what they tell you is that certain information needs to be on there. So if you take any of those products right now, you would get directions to use, and you would get a list of ingredients, of all the ingredients that are used in that particular product. In case you are allergic, because remember, you can't evoke people's rights by not indicating what is on the label.
No.
Because if someone does not like the smell of something, if someone doesn't like anything in there particular that could create, some sort of conflict with them, their health or their hair, then they can have the right to say, okay, I don't want this. That's why it's so crucial to have even if it's water that's in there, you must indicate that there's water in there.
Your clientele, male, female? Is it like, how would you describe it?
Like it's not only women, like that only deals, with their issues. Like men have also like come to the party where they want to like take more better care of themselves and their hair. So it is our dreadlock community as well. So yeah, but obviously like if you have to like scale it, it's obviously like more women and kids, but
Kids
we
are on
have,
it as well?
yes, kids as well. Yes, it's carefully formulated, like there's no chemicals in, it's mostly plant-based, natural, vegan-based, chemical-free, and it's just completely like the best thing that has ever happened to mankind.
So for people who are trying to get these products and they're trying to know the price range, can you please tell the viewers how much all these go for
And like the packages, like do you buy one? Is it combo deals or like how?
Yeah, so you can buy them individually. So we have the moringa oil over there.
Is that the
That
first one?
is, yes. So that is 130 a unit. 130 guys.
for
130.
that bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the vegan mango mask in the middle.
Yeah.
That is priced at 200 a unit.
That's also the wave one.
That's also the
Can I
very
see-
one.
is it good?
Yeah.
Is it thick or is it
Creamy,
creamy?
slippery.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it washes off easily also. Yeah. And then we have the hair tonic. This is our baby online that we store, and
Oh.
we have 2 functioning social media sites.
Wow.
Do you know the WhatsApp number of Bahad?
Sorry?
Do you know the WhatsApp number of Bahad?
I do.
Okay. Can we do something? Can you say the WhatsApp number? We're gonna get the magician to put it on. They can always pause it and play.
Okay. So the WhatsApp business number is 064 790 3810.
Okay.
Aye. Oh yeah, handles.
Yeah, she
Sorry?
did give the
She
handles.
just give. She
Yes.
gave
Give the hand.
That could explain.
Khula's cosmetics.
So sorry. Just lead me through it, right? I'm a guy. I don't know nothing about hair, right? Why should I go for the pack? Because I'm sure there's a reason why I need it in the box. You know what I mean? Let's say I want to go for the 471 or for the
420.
421.
Yeah.
What's the routine? Yeah, through it.
So every product has its own purpose, but if you use them all together, like it interjects, so like it comes together. Oil on my beard today, then like use a tonic on your beard.
Oh. Okay.
So it's like a thing of having options and convenience.
Okay.
Instead of buying it individually, where you will be paying more anyway.
Rather get it in the pack.
Yeah.
Deliver nationwide?
Nationwide, yes.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna ask, in terms of the biggest challenges you're experiencing right now. I mean, we all experience challenges, So
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, entrepreneurship is, I don't know. Like, no one prepared me for this. But I think it's very important to walk through it being mindful of your own journey, you know, and also taking into account like what other people have gone through. But I've been in a bit of a rough patch in terms of after graduation. I couldn't focus entirely on the business because for the past 2 years that we've been operating now, we haven't received any form of funding. So it was only like my partner and I throwing back the money that came into the business back into the business again, you know. But it came to a point, obviously, you know, that it sort of like dried up. And one of the big challenges, I won't say like the main challenge is funding, but I think like the main challenge for me was actually like seeing that everything is so difficult with working, you know, full time, you know, and trying to get the business like on its feet again was that drive to actually stay in the motion and actually like move forward. I think like I was in a place where I was just like standing still and I was just like numb to the business. I know deep in my heart that I was never going to give up on it. I never had any ill feelings towards it, but like I was just like in a place where I was not moving, where nothing was moving. So I think that was the biggest challenge for me, where I had to like give myself a smack out of it, like girl, reality check. Like people want products, like it's summer, people are like messaging me, we want our inches for summer, so what's going to happen? So I think it has been like finding a way to move from where you are to where you need to be, and overcoming that in your mind first, and then I broke through in that and I worked on an action plan and how to move forward, and things are back in motion now again, slowly but surely.
How is it the importance of consistency as a startup? Should I say a startup? Is that fine? How is it? English gone.
Data bundles are depleted.
The importance of consistency as a startup. Yeah.
It's crucial, you know, but I think consistency in a redundant routine will not get you anywhere. So I think consistent strategies every 3 months, you know, like consulting your financials, you know, like always looking for funding opportunities and not just focusing on there's only grant, government money available to fund your business, because I think that's also like why startups fail as well, because like we depend so much on the government that like if we don't get that funding from them, it's not going to happen. The business is not going to survive, you know. So I think educating yourself as much as you can about your business, about your industry, and looking for what, always be on the lookout for ways on how you can move the business forward, because that is what will keep you consistent. If you know how you will move forward, you know.
That was for me the question. Like when she said consistent in what? Because you can be consistent, but in what? A lot of people think, like as I myself thought, you just need to be consistent, you know. But you can be consistent in
Nonsense.
I don't want him to say that.
Oh man, Miss Coco, your story is amazing.
It's incredible, like what technology has done. So it is crucial for any business. It doesn't matter in what phase you are in, to have a social media presence. Also for people to be able to check out your credibility, because you don't want to be buying things and there's nothing, there's no trail on social media for people to go back to. Yeah, and people want to relate to the owner as well, you know. So for your business to have a social media, and for you to also be active on social media, so people can understand who they are investing into when they buy that product, you know. Because I know like a big chunk of my customers buy into who I am.
Oh.
That's how they know, and a lot of them know my product because of who I am, not because I've seen Khula or what, because you can see a brand online and you can just scroll past. But if you know this is associated with Charnelle, with Coco Charnelle, then you would stop and you would be like, hey, listen.
Also, your personality doesn't influence.
Of course, like I'm Coco.
Another question I wanted to ask. Yeah, sorry, I'm asking too many questions.
I must call you another question.
Another question I wanted to ask. The importance of consistency in being active on social media as a startup.
No, very important for me. I suck at that, hey. I am not going to lie. I've actually hired a social media manager to handle the digital aspect of things for us because it is just too much. It requires a lot of time, it requires skill, and if you will not be able to do that as a startup, please make sure that you invest in someone who will be doing that. Don't get someone to do it for free. Please, as a startup, like I think it's very important that, you know, like we outsource as much as we can because that is an opportunity for your business to grow, you know? So like consistent social media, like even if you think people are not watching, hey, Mandy is watching and you don't know, Mandy is telling Q, and then Q is telling Romeo, and Romeo is telling his girlfriend, and then the next thing, Romeo's girlfriend tells the hair salon, hey, listen, there's Khula products, and then you become a supplier of the hair salon, you know? So the trail on social media and the credibility that you can build by being consistent, because people can see that you're active, you're working, you know? So people like that. You think people care. People don't care, you make people care. And how do you do that?
Oh.
Wow, that is bad. Woo! People don't care.
Make them care.
People don't care.
Where's the button, man?
Sure,
Wow,
man.
How, because like right now where I am in my life, like I'm used to just being me, and like after dealing with so much after the past couple of years, I think this has been the first year of my life where I even told my siblings, guys, you are on your own. Let me just have this year to just figure out myself. It's been hard, but like at least like it was just about me, you know, and I enjoy that kind of freedom. You know, for myself, I love it so much. Like I can do as much as I can. But I do also believe that there's a time for everything. And I honestly am a big believer in the fact that that time is not now.
So right now, when just to clear it out.
Yeah, where are we going?
So right now,
What is he saying?
you are single.
That's what you wanted to ask.
So just to confirm for the viewers,
So
guys, and she's not in a space to add people, but she's single. Live your
that's not
let it slide. I guess you're saying live your truth, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah. Coco, thank you so much, man.
Yo.
Thank you. I enjoyed this episode. I don't know about you, Romeo.
very reflective. Like I felt like I was outside the interview. Watching.
Really?
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to your story because a lot of us go through a lot, man, especially at early ages, man, a lot of trauma.
You know, and like for me, Coco, as well, what I'm taking out, the fact that you never gave up. Hey, man. Gents,
I got inspired.
I got super inspired, man. And Black, can you please wrap it up for us, man?
Guys, I don't know about you, man, but for me, I don't know about you, that I got inspired. Then again, I'm gonna say please like, share, and subscribe, and follow us. And please do follow her on the social media, Khula Cosmetics. Please also follow that. Also, please order her stuff, man. Otherwise, from us, it's the 3-6.
Soon it won't be long. Understand you soon, it won't be long. Understand you soon, it won't be long.